Hello, everybody, and welcome to Waylander Gaming as we present you an all Madagascar tournament. It's the Hunter tournament. Get ready to be hunted as we will be hunting the victors in this. The first game, it is all best of ones. We're going to have two games this evening. The first one up, as you can see from the poll, is going to be the Jinxes up against Ryodan, and this is going to be an absolute cracker. There is some familiar names, some familiar faces. There is I don't know, maybe the fake faker who's going to be playing for the side of Ryodan. I mean, those of you who are League of Legends fans, I think, well, actually fans of MOBAs in general, you would know who is Faker, one of the most famous names in all of MOBAs, right? But speaking about famous names, we're going to be featuring these two particular teams, very, very well-known players on both sides. I'm quite excited personally to see how this is going to be turning out. I know right now in this particular moment in time, they are doing the coin tosses and they're finding to see who's going to, because like this time it actually does matter, right? In a best of one, it makes a huge difference who's going to be going first or second. So I don't know what you guys think. At home, you can let me know whether you think that it's going to be better to go with that first pick, first ban in terms of the drafting phase, or whether you think maybe the strategy works best if you wait to see what the your opposition, what the enemy is going to be going with. So it's strategy from the very beginning. It looks like Raiden have won the coin toss, and so they get to choose left or right. So, you know, first pick or second pick. And we're going to head into the drafting phase very soon to find out. I hope you're getting your votes in the poll. Right now it's 50-50, so it's hard to say who everybody thinks is going to be the winner. Unfortunately, yesterday, right, I was like a little bit unable to do the stream. I was quite disappointed not being able to feature those matches. Unfortunately, I had a power failure and it's like just no electricity, no stream, which is kind of disappointing for me because you know how much I like to watch the Mobile Legends action that's happening. And this is not the first time we've got to do these Madagascar tournaments. Madagascar definitely placing a mark on the scene in Mobile Legends as a whole overall. Uh, so Kizad here saying it's the real fake faker. Yeah, yeah. Well, we're going to get to see how this faker plays, right? Is this faker going to be the hard carry? He's got a Germany flag, right? I know you can't see it, right? I'm in the lobby screen with everybody, right? So he's got that Germany flag. So I don't know. I don't know. He's representing Germany, representing Madagascar, representing faker. Interestingly enough, we are heading into the lobby bans, however, right? I'm busy talking about Faker. And it looks like we're going to be dealing with an Xborg and Munsatar ban coming out from the side of Ryodan. So it's just Jinxes to head off with their bans so that we know what Jinx is going to be rocking. So Xborg, Munsatar, and it looks like it's Xanthes from the side of Jinxes who bans out the 1-1 and Lancelot. 1-1. Nerfed, not nerfed, buffed, whatever it is, right? She's gonna get banned. That marksman, when she gets that passive, that crossbow tang, deadly is an understatement. Lancelot, as we know, counters so much of the squishy backline diving kind of heroes, but we're gonna have the Xbox, we're gonna have the Munsatar, we're gonna have 1-1 and Lancelot being banned out of the equation, and we're gonna head into the drafting scene in this first game of the evening, this best of one. Oh my goodness. Like Jinxes, I've seen them quite a bit, right? So I know them very, very well. I've been streaming their games for a decent amount of time, so we know what they bring to the table. Their particular brand and play style. Ryodan is a little bit of unknown entity to me, but just because it's an unknown entity to me doesn't mean it's going to be unknown to everybody. As we're going to be heading into the banning phase right now. Let me just get this up on screen. And it's I think the X is silent in this name. No. with a mist fan at the start. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Jinx is continuing with that typical let's get rid of the meta and gets rid of that YSS. So we are seeing like lots of new faces in the live chat, in the live stream, but still the votes in the poll remain 50-50. So even the viewers right now are split as to who's going to be winning this. Interestingly enough, Grok being removed from the equation for the side of Ryuden. Let's be honest, right? Grok at this particular moment in time has been a disaster to deal with. The same with this new marksman Obsidia. From the players I have been speaking to, it's a bit of a love-hate relationship. She is strong, but is she as strong as other marksmen? Can she be the one that can change the tide of a battle? I know once she gets fed, once she picks up that 15 shard stack, it's like, oh my days. And it's Faker not playing a carry role. It's Faker picking up the Kalia as first pick. Kalia, since the introduction, has been meta or just on the border of being meta. It's her skill set. The mobility, the sustain, and, well, that CC, that tsunami slam. Very, very difficult to argue for the fact that she shouldn't be in the meta. And speaking of meta, I think right now, right, it's Mr. Meta on the XP lane, which is Lapo. I was actually busy working on a video as onto the top 5 heroes to solo rank with, because a lot of us sometimes, right, I know myself, right, I'll go on to rank it because it's the early hours in the morning. I don't get to see anybody, so I'll be playing solo rank. It's nice to know the top solo rank heroes. So Lapu definitely into the mix. Zangetsu with the Granger pick. So it's marksman being picked up early. Personally, I'm not a fan of picking up marksmans this early, but Granger, not the easiest to counter in lane. There's quite a few options to deal with that counter. We'll see if Ryuden lock onto that. But so far, they went for a very strong front line. They want to go for the Ruby Kalia, so they've got the sustain, they've got a massive amount of CC, and throwing a God into the mix. God's... he does have the weakness of the low mobility, but with Jinx's banning out so many of the assassin meta assassin junglers, God could feature in here. Can deal with a Minotaur. He's one of those heroes that can burst a Minotaur down. But Jinx's, they go with this old but gold combination. It's the Minotaur Nana. It was meta for the longest period in time. That Minnow Nana combo, because their skill set works really nicely with one another, depending on who initiates between the two of them. Because if you think about the Minotaur's ultimate, the Minoan Fury, it's got a bit of a delay before it hits phase 3 for the knockup. The same with Nana, it's got like a stages to the stun when she hits that Molina Blitz. So it's like first stage, second stage, third stage. They layer one on top of the other very nicely. So that's something to look out for. At the same time, Nana does have a Revitalize. Not sure about picking up Revitalize on a MM. I mean on a mage. We might see the spells come through. But Gushin as the pick for Ryuden, and Clint to try to deal with the Granger. Clint will have a decent time up to level 4, and then once Granger hits that Death Sonata power spike, he's gonna outrange the Clint, so we should see that matchup swing towards Granger's favor. Final pick for the side of Jinxes was going to be that Saber pick. Personally, I don't like to see Saber in the 5-man system, right? That's just me. Right? But, you know, yeah, it does have a place, can deal with the God, can deal with the Clint, can deal with the Gushin. So sometimes, just because something is not meta, doesn't mean it won't work. Though Saber will need that degree of protection up until level 4, because he needs that level 4 power spike, the triple sweep. The same with the Gushin to a certain degree as well. But a little bit more, I would say, for the Saber. and he needs his team to play somewhat aggressively to create the space for him to dive that back line. But anyway, that's enough of my predictions. I saw one prediction here going with Yuna gonna pick up that Vexana. I don't know. No Vexana was picked up. It was the Nana pick, going for a little bit of a furry action here. Well, anyway, into the game we go. Mid lane battles as per usual. And we are going to see this different kind of style from the roamers. You know, you got to go and peek in the jungle right now. You got to give that little bit of extra vision. Otherwise, you are not going to get your levels at the rate that you want to get it at. As you can see, it's the Minnow. Oh, nice stun here onto the Kalia with the Molina doll. The follow-up knock up from Kalia onto Minnow. Minnow trying to reposition. God, dishing out the damage. He's got that Mystic Gush in the mix. The Revitalize comes out from the Nana that allows the Litho to go the way of Gushin. He decides to opt for taking the Litho before the red buff. Just wants to secure a little bit of extra farm. Once more, poke onto this Kalia. So both teams are setting up towards this gold lane gank. Saber, realizing that that's the case, is waiting to see if he can pick off this mage as he makes the rotation. That's what he's really looking for. He wants Minnow to make the force play coming through. He dashes in, goes in for the triple sweep. Will he get the kill? First blood goes the way of Babadi. So it's Babadi Boo. As he's continuing the fight, he does have those waves, but there's the combo, there's the stun. Gushin takes down another kill, and this is a very big kill. Kill onto the jungle with the turtle, first turtle of the match being up. So Saber, this is the thing about Saber, he's kind of kamikaze. He's going in, full in, hits the triple sweep, doesn't really have the disengage skills. The battle on here on the XP lane, right? I'd expect a bit of an even trade-off. But, oh, Minotaur, he's in deep country here, but has the heals to disengage, baits out a couple of skills. Neither of the roams have the level 4 power spike yet, though Minnow is trying to push for that by maybe getting a little bit of wave clear. Turtle's been set and reset. Kalia scouts out Mahari in that center bush. Saber starting this off. Ruby making that delayed rotation. Minotaur does have the Minnow and Fury online. It's going to be the Tsunami Slam into the mix there. Oh, not just yet. Not just yet. Oh, the Molina Blitz does come out. Who's going to land this? There's a triple sweep coming through, but the Tsunami Slam sort of cancels it out. The Mystic Gush in the back line, as it's going to be a 1-for-1 exchange, but the red team, I mean, the blue side, which is Ryodin, they do secure the objective. Ooh, Xanthi's playing with fire there. The dagger's coming out from the Gushin, but somehow he managed to stay alive and safe. So strategy-wise between the teams, we've got Jinxes. They've seemed to have dropped behind in the gold, just about 1.3k. But let's consider what their options are right now. A lot of this game depends on getting their Granger online, because he's going to be their hard carry once we hit the mid-game power spike. Ryodin sensing this, they want to keep going for this little bit of pressure play. As Minnow being sorted out in the backline. Nah, that all does come out. The triple sweep, not enough as Clint dishes out the damage. There's the Molina Blitz, does catch on to 2. The chase is on. Kalia, Faker, overextended as Zangetsu just pops that Death Sonata, but my goodness, no, on that God times those stuns very nicely. So Jinxes now, they're gonna have to be a little bit careful. There is still actually a little bit more than a 1k gold lead with this kill here of coming through from Hero YRL on the XP lane. Didn't expect Lapu to die in a matchup against Ruby, but you know, sometimes if you get hooked onto the tower, it does cause a bit of problems. So the side of Jinx is gonna have to slow things down, but the way Ryodin are set up, they've got a pressure placing composition. They've got heroes that can sustain through fights, put a lot of pressure in here. So they need to do exactly what they're doing. You can notice the XP lane rotations, creating space for the Gusion, zoning out, making sure that it's going to be difficult for the contest. A little bit of extra damage coming in here. Minnow wants to try to get into the backline, lands the Minoan Fury, knock up only onto one. It's going to be the follower. Somehow Minnow is dancing around Xanthis. He's staying alive. What a clutch play from Yuna as she gets that revitalized. So it's Turtle and a kill going the way of Jinxes as they drag the gold lead even with that play. This game is going back and forth. There's a bravest fight on the top lane as Lapu going in under the turret, but you don't want to overextend against a Ruby. She's got that massive amount of sustain. Oh yes, and don't worry about the Nightbot, right? Nightbot just trolls you if you spam too many emotes. It's just what Nightbot does. Nightbot is just Nightbot. So turret being placed. Oh, bravest fighter going into the mix just to secure the objective as Lapu takes out the first turret of the game. Nice play from him. Molina Blitz does come out into the Nana. There's the Tsunami Slam. They're going to try to control this Nana up. She's got that Molina. Oh, but the too much of sustain. They managed to take down the Nana. Vengeance does come out. There's Gusion. He's got the burst ability, but they have to hightail it out from here. There's the follow-up. Triple sweep. Minoan Fury going into the mix here as they're chasing everybody down. Ruby will be caught out here, has the sustain for the most part. But look at that, she's sustaining against everybody. Oh, but the Sky Piercer comes out from the Saber there just to secure the kill. It's a killing spree on him. Gold is still even, but the turret difference is in the favor of Jinxes right now. Clint, however, forcing the Granger back, seizing this opportunity, wants to get a couple of passive strikes off here. Even out the turrets, does a nice job and gets the flicker back to safety. They're going to try to hunt this Clint down, but he's like, no, I want no part of this. I want to just make sure I'm going to stay safe. Maybe clear my lane once more. The second, actually the third turtle for the match is up. It's a turtle apiece as things stand. But Jinx is already in position nice and early. There's a stun coming out here onto the Kalia. But Kalia, she's like, I don't care. I'm just here to poke the jungle. I'm going to force this Babidi away. He's casting too many triple sweeps yet in the mix here. But oh, there's going to be the Tsunami Slam. Catches onto 3. The Armor Fender did come out. There's a triple sweep onto the Clint. He manages to get out, but Gusion dancing around. Oh, but he's going to be back into the mix. Somehow Babidi escapes. Oh my goodness. He got a double kill and he got out. Granger with the rotation just to protect this mid lane wave. Managed to secure a turret on the opposite side. And well, with the delay, it's time for the Lord. What the Mystic Gush coming up from God, but the sustain is there from Xanthis. What has he picked up? Has he got that flask? No, he went for the straight tank build. So went for the dominance just to deal with the sustain from the Kalia. Engagement onto Lapu. In the meanwhile, he's hit the bravest fighter, continuing the fight as a Saber is just dishing out the damage on a triple sweep, triple kill. But there's Clint. He wants to get some poke damage. Nana forcing away with that boomerang. She's going all Aussie from down under. Death Sonatas zoning away. The same with the Molina. Mid lane turret has been taken. Jinxes, are they going to go for more? They're deciding on it, waiting for Minnow to come back into the mix. There's the bravest fighter. Oh, but the dash away from that Gusion repositions, keeping himself safe. My goodness, so this is going to be first Lord of the game. I can't see an angle for them to get the contest on here. This goes down the way. As it's going to be Nana once more to the front line. Oh, the Minoan Fury comes out there. Mystic Gush cancelled out. There's a shutdown kill, but Lapu, he's trying to fight everybody. He gets taken out. So it's a 2-for-1 exchange, but the Lord did go the way of Jinxes. But that's not what Jinxes wanted. This is the thing. If you, oh, the I'm offended comes out, the stuns, the follow-up, Minnow tries to survive. It's a 3-for-1 exchange. This is going to be pressure. This is what happens if you die, if you take the Lord. It's not quite what you wanted if you were on the side of Jinxes. The Lord, however, making his march slow and stately down this bot lane. I don't think the Lord's gonna be able to achieve all that much. Like I always say, it comes down to a ton of discipline that's necessary, especially if you take the first Lord of the game. It's not tanky at all. It's super squishy kind of Lord. But there's a chase on here as a Killua is gonna get triple sweep to death. The shutdown kill going the way of Saber. Let's just check how many stacks Saber has on his Sky Piercer. 66. Ooh, looking dangerous. Looking dangerous. But it's going to be the Minnow taken out of the equation very, very, very quickly. He got stunned up. That Mystic Gush. Especially if, let's just check if God's built the... Yeah, he does have the glowing one, so he's got the anti-heal. I picked up a Sky Piercer as well. Needs to build some stacks on that, but let's see how many stacks Noah has on that Sky Piercer. No stacks on the Sky Piercer, so it's just been recently picked up, and, well, no stacks. He's not so... I'm not a fan of the Sky Piercer item in the 5-man system. I've got to be honest about it, right? Like, I have to admit. Is not my favorite item in the 5-man scene, because teams are just generally less aggressive. Though I will say in this particular match, maybe Sky Piercer could possibly work, because the level of aggression here is extremely high. Ruby into the front line, but once more that Molina doll just forces everybody back. You have to be careful when that Nana is on the field. So we're hitting that 25-second mark for this Lord. Right now, it's all about map control. So there was a nice push from Lapo on the top lane, but the counter push coming in from Gushin. This mid lane control, there's a concealed play coming out. The Minoan Fury into the backline, knocks up only the God while the fight is on here. There's a big separation between front and backline. Saber trying to find the angle to get into that. There's a lot of skills coming out here. There's the Tsunami Slam onto the Saber. He's going to try to dash back, but oh, Clint, he pops a Sky Piercer proccing. It's a double kill for the Clint. He wants to go for more. The Mystic Gush into the mix. Is this the moment that Ariadne changes the course of the fight? They're chasing everybody down. Nana in one direction. Nana is trying to escape. Yuna on the hunt. Oh my goodness. No, the Molina. And the Molina Blitz just keeping her alive. But that was a 4-for-nothing exchange. Raiden. Patience. Patience, the name of the game. They waited just for that right moment in time. And now they've secured second Lord. It's going to be difficult to contest Saber, though he's trying to make his way. He gets on his cloud. He's like, Goku's not the only one. He goes in there. Oh, but blue team does get the Lord Raiden to secure this, and they get out as well. So now it's a question of ensuring you've got your wave management on point. You need to get the side lanes pushed in, allow the Lord to push up mid, but you don't want that Lord to just be on its lonesome as well. Gotta provide some protection, because as you can see, Jinxes, they've got themselves into an advanced position. But right now, things are quite dangerous for the side. Oh, there's going to be the engagement here. Triple sweep. They do manage to take down the God, but at the cost of the Saber. However, I'd say God would be a decent trade-off. There's the Minoan Fury forcing everybody back. Clear into the backline. Brivers Fighter does come out. The Molina Blitz just ends out the Lord, as it's going to be another player taken down for the side of Raiden. So Jinxes have the potential to mount the defense. Things are hotting up right now. There's a couple of waves being pushed in. So there will be some pressure being placed onto this tier 3 turrets, though I don't think we will see anything falling. Oh, there's the engagement here by Ruby. Pulls the arm, offended back, wants to CC everybody up. Clint wants to dish out the damage. There's the shotgun blast from the Gushin. However, triple sweep into the mix as the Molina blitz does come out. But the double kill going to Ruby. She sustained. She took that triple sweep. Said, you wanna triple sweep me? Go ahead, you ain't gonna kill nothing. Pressure placed on the mid lane now. That's the tier 3 turret in the mid lane being taken down. I don't see an angle to win this, even though it's a 2v5 situation. The wave clear potential from the side of Jinxes is quite strong. And, well, this is the moment in time where we would expect Raiden to back off, maybe not clear the lanes, freeze them out. Like here, right? I would suggest freezing the lanes. Because it's still a minute to go for this next major objective, which is the Lord, which would be the third Lord of the match. So right now, if you're the side of Raiden, you just want to freeze. You want to force the side of Jinxes out of their comfort space, out of the base, and force maybe a pick off here and there. So as you can see, the Jinxes, they need to clear the lanes, but the camping session will begin from the side of Raiden, which is what they need to do. They're doing their zoning, though I will say there needs to be a little bit of map control here. Maybe get that top lane pushed in. If you set up a slow push, it could be good. Saber, however, he's just waiting to try to get that angle into the backline. Ruby is into the mix with the arm offended. Lapu Bravest fighter forcing the backline away, but the Mystic Gush ends it all. Kalia just dealing out the damage, but there's going to be the Tsunami Slam into the mix. Double kill going the way of Clint. There's going to be the passive coming out. There's a triple. Is the man going to get a maniac? Oh, he's trying to chase it. The waves are coming through. This could be an ending angle. Saber was taken out there by the Gushin. It's just Granger versus the world. Deaths and Daughters, but he doesn't have the wave clears. They're chasing him down. He's into the base. Oh, we see the Lachlan's like, yeah. Let me get one final hit onto the Granger. And it's Raiden taking the dub in this best of one. My goodness. That was an intense match from both teams. It was the early part of the game going the way of Jinxes, and then Raiden pulling it back. Jinxes come in front, then Raiden back again. It was had that seesaw kind of action, kept you on the edge of your seat. So what a game from these two teams. Well played, Terem. As you can see from the statistics, the MVPs going the way of Hero on that Ruby. I mean, sustained so much. If you look at it right, 42% of the damage taken. Insane. 79% team fight participation. That is what you want from your XP laner. Is really what you want from your XP laner. Granger Zangetsu picking up the MVP for the side of the Jinxes. Just sadly at the end was left on his lonesome to try to defend this all. But anyway, as we're going to head into the next lobby to be created, going to be coming up very shortly. We have another exciting match on the way. As I'm sure you know who's coming up next. I'll put it up in the poll. It's Abyssal up against the Sky Kings. So who will be reigning supreme? Will it be the Abyss? Will it be the Sky? Who comes out on top in this next matchup? We will have that all ready and set and up and running for you in just a moment. So I will have the pause screen here for just a short minute of time. Also, if you haven't already, press that like, share, and subscribe. Right? Don't forget, we love the support here at Waylander Gaming as we continue to bring you even more action in this Madagascar scene. Ever since I got to cast the LDS and the LDC, I've been waiting for my opportunity to come back. Waiting for my opportunity to come back. To see. Oh, wait. Now to get the teams into the lobby and get them all ready and set the coin toss, the lobby bans. Yeah, I've been enjoying casting the Madagascar games. Though, I think from all the comments in the live chat, I think maybe somebody needs to give me a Malagasy lesson there. Though, every time I do ask, all they ever do is teach me swear words. So I don't know. I don't know if I should trust you guys. You don't seem like the most trustworthy bunch when it comes to learning any languages. But anyway, we'll be back in a second. Don't go anywhere. It's just going to be a couple of seconds of pause time, and then we'll be back. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. We're heading into this next best of one. It's going to be Sky Kings winning the coin toss and going for that first pick, first ban. And well, so that will mean naturally Abyss will have that second pick going through. How that's going to affect the strategy. Or actually, we're heading into the coin toss now. I thought we had the coin toss done. See, me being premature with the coin toss. But anyway, I hope you got your votes in. A lot of the votes going the way of Abyssal. So Sky King not getting the love just yet from the viewers. As the coin toss, just to inform everybody, because you can't see it, it was heads. Sky King's winning the coin toss, and they're opting for the left side, so they're going to get the first pick and ban. Maybe I was predicting the future. Who knows? Maybe I should be going and taking the lotto. It's the Amon and Irathel band coming out from Scar, the captain of Sky Kings. And Xborg Fanny being removed from the equation. So a definite respect ban in there with the Fanny. Don Pedro opting to get rid of that Fanny pick there. So Xborg, Fanny, Amon, and Irathel are the lobby bans, and we'll be heading into the banning phase very, very, very soon. And then we get to see what strategies are coming into the forefront, because I mean, I'm sure we all know, right? The game can be won or lost in this particular phase. I know when it comes to the viewers, right? Mostly you're waiting in order to see whether you're gonna get that a pick that whether the game gets to start, and you're not really so interested in seeing the picks and bans coming through. But personally, right, I get kind of excited when it comes to the drafting phase, because it can determine the outcome from the very, very start. But anyway, we've got all of that sorted out, and we're heading into the banning phase right now. And well, I'm going to get that transition going once everybody readies up. We're waiting for one more player to press that ready button so we can get into the game. Come on, you know you want to press it. There we go. There's the ready button. Time to go. Time to see who is going to take the dub in this best of one. Welcome to the Hunter Tournament. Madagascar's I wouldn't say preeminent, but one of the tournaments. You have quite a vibrant scene here in Madagascar, and Diddy's back to give us the first ban. And this looks like the teams know each other very well, so they get this Zask ban out of the equation. So, you know, wanting to just say, right, let's get rid of Zask. Zask is, could be a potential problem, maybe somebody's main. So definitely want to get rid of the Zask. And Grok, well, Grok's been very strong in especially in the ranked matches that I've played, or whenever there's a Grok into the equation, causes a lot of chaos. There's some interesting strategies with Grok. I'm waiting to see if the Grok actually gets to see the light of day, whether people will be using those strats. Trunks deciding to get rid of the Camilla, probably thinking that Abyssal do have a decent style when it comes to playing with that Camilla. We know how much the teams here in Madagascar like to pick up the Camilla. Game changer of an ultimate. And well, Mr. Pesky himself, the Glue. Glue is one of the strongest XP laners right now. Difficult to deal with in lane. you just got to make sure that if you're going to be the one picking up the glue, it's best to get rid of that Paramus, because that can throw your entire glue strategy out the window. Oh, and Trunks going for the Lance pick, knowing that that means that it'll be difficult to pick up the YSS. Not impossible. YSS can sort of deal with the Lance, right? But Lance is the counter to YSS in terms of the jungle matchups. So will we see the YSS come out? There was no bans in the YSS, leaving it available. Don Pedro going for the Cyclops pick there, just wants to ensure that they have a certain degree of lockdown for this Lancelot, because as we all know, that's Lance's main weakness, is the lockdown. Psycho picking up the Terizla on the XP lane. And so should be able to sustain to a certain degree up against the CC. CC has that bit of poke damage and can deal with these low mobility kind of XP laners quite nicely. But we will see or pay careful attention to that matchup. I think that it might be even, but it all comes down to execution. But oh, we have a very nice matchup here in the gold lane. Granger up against Beatrix. I'm expecting Beatrix to be rocking the Renner through most of the matchup, because Granger does outrange her quite significantly, and so they don't that the Renner just helps deal with that extra range. Nice ban coming in as the final ban from the side of Sky Kings, getting rid of the Kufra, realizing that Kufra actually would counter the Lance, the CC, and the Granger, all in one pick. So best to get rid of such a hard counter to the lineup that they currently have. But going with the continuation of even more lockdown, it's Kaja. Kaja not meta, but that's the thing about drafting. It has so many variables to it that you can't really say meta and not meta. Once certain picks have been made. Because, I mean, you've got a Lance, he's going to be diving the backline. Kaja with that Divine Judgment is going to make sure that they've got the lockdown. But this combo here, P. Diddy's back and Blitzo, this is a combo that I love. The Gatto CC combo. So you're going to have to be on the lookout for the following. You're going to see that Curtain Call go in first, and then the Avatar of Guardian as the follow-up. It is one of the best combos out there, in my opinion. And Zeldris locking onto the Sicilian. And then we do see Frost SS going for the YSS. Even though, to a certain degree, countered by the Lancelot, but they've got so many counters to the Lance, with the Kaja, with the Cyclops. So you've got the lockdown, so YSS must be feeling a little bit braver in this whole situation. He knows that if Lance tries to dive on him, it's just going to be one Divine Judgment later, and he can burst him down quite quickly. So the matchups here between the two teams is extremely interesting. Who would you be favoring? I'd like to hear from you in the chat to see if you're gonna favor that Sky Kings draft, or you're gonna favor the Abyssal's draft. Who do you like in this particular matchup as we're heading into the game? YSS versus Lance, Sicilian versus Cyclops, Terizla up against the CC, Gatto versus Kaja, Beatrix versus Granger. It's going to be a interesting battle here, to say the least. There's some decent picks, decent combos that go in. Quick rotation coming out here from the side of Sky Kings. They want to put as much pressure as they can. There's the Renner. We expected that Renner to come out very early. just so that Beatrix can ensure that she's got that ability to at least deal with the range that come in. Lance dancing across there manages to secure the objective. Oh, there's going to be a bit of a stunt here onto Kaja. As the Taunt and Sanguine Claws did land, but both roams been taken down to just around that half health. But Kaja, he's healed back up, so he's going to be back into the mix. Will be able to rotate. Is giving the jungle a little bit of help just to make sure that there's going to be no potential for this counter jungle style that Lance would like to try to achieve. Trunks here just waiting patiently in the bush. Will be scouted out though. Goes in with a dash into the Kaja, secures that gold crab. There's Gato once more into the mix. He's gonna get CC'd up there. It's gonna be the control. But the Sanguine Claws and the Revitalize coming as Lance picks up the first blood. Double kill. Trunks on fire in this early part of the game. That's not what you want. You don't want this Lance to get fit. Though I wonder what Lance is building towards. We'll see from his items here. He's going for the War Axe build, which is a very deadly build if you've got the skills to manage it, because you got to manage the passives from your War Axe. Well, there's the continuation of the fight. Terizla hits the penalty zone onto 3, but the dive into the backline. It's going to be Lance into the mix here. He gets that ulti of his off. I don't know why every time I forget the name of his ultimate. It's the... what is it called? Well, I'll double check. As the continuation of the fight is here into the jungle. They want to try to steal this buff as well. Though Lance is not there to try to achieve this, the cloud comes through as Terizla, he's zoning everybody away. Kaja takes the buff, so YSS may not be the happiest about that. But I mean, at least it's not been stolen. So as things stand, it's 3-0 in the favor of Sky Kings. As there's more pressure being placed, the Bats Feast comes out. But decent escape from Bites the Dust on that Beatrix. Opting to go for the Renner and the rocket launcher combination. We'll have a decent amount of wave clear and at least some space to be created. So Kaja, he's got the Divine Judgment. So Lance now has to be a little bit more patient, a little bit more retrospect. YSS, though, is 2 levels behind this Lancelot. He's having a decent time here in the jungle, just farming up. YSS 2 levels behind. He needs to try to get that a little bit closer, because in a Retri battle, especially up against the Lance, was one of the best Retriers in the game. Oh, nice second skill from the Lance and ulti to disengage. He's going to have to need his team to buy him sometime, so his ultimate can come back up online. They are putting pressure here in the gold lane, giving space for the Granger to rotate with the team. They're leaving CC into the front line, just wants to cause a bit of chaos. There's the Death Sonata on to Kaja, forcing him back. As Granger dancing around there. Oh, nice Angry and Claws. We see the follow-up. Kaja just managed to escape, but there's the penalty zone. Landing onto 2. CC pops that vengeance to try to stay alive. It's Lance into the mix, but there's the Mountain Shocker into the backline. But oh, YSS doesn't have the damage. Gets taken down. Lance, he's on the hunt. He wants to chase the Cyclops, but Cyclops has the mobility, does manage to escape. Jungle invade happening once more as Sky Kings want to take this buff away. Gato into the front line, does land the taunt. Sanguine Clouds with a follow-up from the team as Lance comes across it. He's just building those levels. Meanwhile, CC, first player taken down for Sky Kings as Abyssal, manages to get a kill onto the board. That's their first kill in the game. They went into the 2v1 XP lane rotation. They want that Terizla to be able to... He's been landing the penalty zone, Psycho. Has been. It's just that combination. Well, what's up, Chris? Sorry. I'm busy Sometimes I don't get to see the time to do the shout out, but there's the Lance into the mix. He's dancing around. Can he get the kill? Yes, he does. Mountain Shocker does land, but will we have the follow up in there? No, it's going to be the Avatar of Guardian as well into the mix, but the penalty zone catches 5. 5 with a penalty zone. Terizla manages to get a kill, but they're going to get pulled back by that Sanguine Claws. That's what I was saying. Like, I mean, we could have made a montage video just with this Terizla hitting those penalty zones. It's been no less than 3 in every single engagement. It's just, I think for the side of Abyssal right now, it's the communication that needs to be on point. You got to let Terizla go in. If he can get that set like the way he's been doing, you combine this with Beatrix with her AoE damage, the Mountain Shocker as a follow-up, it gives them that opportunity to change the course of the team fights, which have been going the way of Sky Kings right now. There's going to be the Sanguine Claws into the Bat's Feast, pull back onto Kaja, but he has the sustain to get away. A bit of poke damage. CC's made the rotation across. Cyclops is quite low as well. He's going to have to retreat. This turtle has been taken up once more. Terizla into the front line. CC trying to zone him away. Oh, there's a penalty zone. Catches onto 2, forcing the CC back. Sanguine Claws onto the YSS. The securing of the objective, but there's the Avatar of Guardian setting it up. Your Lance is on the hunt here, as it's going to be the Bat's Feast out once more. The YSS trying to ditch out the damage, but oh my goodness, double kill going the way of Granger. They want to chase the Cyclops on their CC underneath her turret as they take down 4 for 1 exchange. But I think we'll see a trade-off. Might even be 2 turrets. Granger opting not to force that turret. So it will be a 1-for-1 turret exchange. I think he could have stuck around. I mean, with that extra Granger damage, he could have opened up the map. I mean, mid lane turret's one that you definitely want to get removed from the equation. So right now, as things stand, there's the Lance. He went inside there, danced in, danced out. Nice fast fingers from Trunks. Phantom Execution. That's the name of his ultimate. Pressure being placed into the jungle here. Beatrix going for the wave push here. They're not wanting to let this YSS get any amount of farm. He does have the Mountain Shocker available. He goes in with the Mountain Shocker and Retri combo. But it still goes the way of Lancelot because Lance is so difficult to try to out Retri. Tier 2 turret almost being removed from the equation. Beatrix want to respond by taking another Tier 2 turret, but senses there might be a potential bit of danger. Gatto saying, you know what? Never mind, I can't really basic attack. Let me try my best to try and take down. Oh, but there's the shutdown kill. It was Lance. I think he went in the Divine Judgment. Did come out. I was following the action on the turret. But there's the chase onto the Cyclops. It's a monster kill on this Granger. Revitalize from Denny's back there, keeping him alive. Oh, the flicker dodges the penalty zone. Terizla is going to get poked up. The curtain call is into the mix. There's a Mountain Shocker, but that vengeance keeping CC health bar well and truly up there. So first Lord of the game is up. I just want to check very quickly the Sky Piercer stacks here on Granger. It could be quite high. Okay, he's got just 30 stacks. He is 6-0 and 8. And, ooh, 446 stacks already. My goodness. Lord being set up, the zoning being done, very nicely done by the side of Sky Pierce's. Discipline being shown. Terizla wants to try to find that angle to land the penalty zone. Kaja into the mix, but it's the curtain call onto 2. There's a penalty zone, counter engage, but the double kill going the way of Granger. That Sky Piercer stacks coming to the 4. Oh, the Avatar of Guardian. What an Avatar of Guardian. The setup of a lifetime. Daddy's like, yeah, you're not gonna get away here. I'm the one with the baby oil. I'm the one who can slip in there and get you. Mid lane. Pressure placed. It's a 3-for-1 exchange. It's the conceal play coming out. They're trying to chase down this Cyclops. It's the curtain call onto 1. Pressure being placed all across the map. Shields are down. Waves. Will they crash in evenly? Sky Pierces, Sky Kings. I'm saying Sky Pierces. Sky Pierces on the Sky Kings. Or at least on the Granger. Lord being allowed to push. There's the waves being evenly set up here. There's the Avatar of Guardian to the backline. Manages to land onto 3. Bats Feast as a follow-up. Penalty zone there. But Lance, he saved that. Oh, the shutdown kill goes away of Beatrix. She's going to try to return this. But oh my goodness, Lance, he gets one. He gets another. He's into the mix here. He's going to have to try to avoid the Cyclops, but he gets shut down by that Cyclops. You can't forget about that 1v1 kind of damage that comes out from a Cyclops. He really does dish it out. Mid lane, do they have the opportunity to push this in? Kaja wants to try to clear the wave. CC is just trying to lock on onto that turret. Takes down one more tier 3 turret. Gatto should secure the final tier 2 turret of the game. But I think that will be it for Sky Kings. They're going to have to retreat, reset, wait for the next minute and a bit to go. In once more, this pressure, endless, relentless from the side of Sky Kings. They're like, the only Sky Kings in the world don't only reside in Indonesia. Madagascar's got their Sky Kings as well. 40 seconds to go for this Lord. Mountain Shocker into the mix, but YSS, he is not being allowed to farm. Oh, Sanguine Claws onto the Cyclops. That one-eyed monster is taken out of the equation very, very quickly, but there's a lot of pressure to be placed. Sanguine Claws catches onto 2. Avatar of Guardian catches onto 2 as well. The penalty zone trying to zone everybody away, but it's a killing spree for CC. The battle is into the mix. There's a Divine Judgment onto the Lance. He throws out that second skill into the base. He's gonna dash back to safety. The waves are coming through here. Is this the angle to lock? Beatrix trying to get the protection down, but the curtain call onto 2 has ended this, and it's Sky Kings with the victory in this best of 1. Whoa, what a performance here from Sky Kings, laying down a marker. Scar picking up MVP 10, 1, and 12 on that Granger. Excellent performance, but across the board, lowest score, strangely enough. Because, I mean, Lance was doing so well. 9.7. 9.7 is not exactly a low score to have. So, well done to Sky Kings. Very dominant performance in this particular match. But I'm sure Abyssal, they would have learned from this lesson. They'll review this match. They'll get in, lick their boons, come back stronger in the next game. But well played to both Team Sky Kings, the victors in this particular matchup, and Ryodan, the victors in the game before this. So I'll just get the data up and running so you can all see what's happening. But I will say this is going to be it for the evening. A little bit short, I know. It's nice to have the action continuing for a little bit longer, but we just had these 2 games because the stream was split. It's between here, Waylander Gaming and Cyan Gaming. So, if you haven't checked out the other matches, switch across to Cyan Gaming and you can check out the other games that were happening, and with all the action all across the different stations there, so you can take a look at what's going on in those games and see what the results were, because they do determine who's going to be moving through to the knockout stages, which will be taking place in, well, not that long out based on the schedule that I was looking at, right?